So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Ketu in the seventh house of your D9 Navamsa chart. And what happens when Ketu is in the seventh house of your D9 Navamsa, which is one of the most important charts in Vedic astrology, which kind of shows your marriage, your bhagya, your second half of life, your strength of your planets. So, it's a very unique and important chart. And if you do not know, if you have this Ketu, or what your planetary placements are in the main birth chart. For all those details, check out the links in the description and check out the full astrological report from option 5 and beyond, along with my books, consultations, and also link to my academy, Magha Vedic Astrology Academy. So, Ketu in the 7th house. Okay? And I'm sorry to say, I cannot go off of classical textbooks in this matter. I can't because I think we're missing a lot of things that we get to learn in observational astrology. And believe me, in observational astrology, I've been very wrong about Rahu and Ketu. How what I have read from the classics and what I have seen as a result. And with Ketu in the 7th house, I'm sorry, I've always seen things working out just fine. I've seen things working out just perfectly. You know what is the one statistically in my calculation that does the most damage with, marriage or no marriage and all of that is actually Mars. Mars and Mercury. You know, those are the one that's doing the most damage. Here, what you need to do with Ketu is, first of all, you need to see the sign that Ketu is placed in. Okay? You need to see what sign Ketu is placed in. And the Ketu will give results of the dispositor of the sign. That's what Ketu will do. It'll give result of the dispositor. That's number one. And number two, what I'm learning now is that, especially after, just seeing what result I was seeing through my knowledge and what result Ketu was giving, is that you gotta understand Ketu is past. Okay? And in the 7th house, it actually reconnects you with your partner. It can reconnect with a past love. It can give a sudden jolt and strike of lightning with the person that you are to be with. Because Ketu in itself is electricity. So when it's in the 7th house, usually a person looks for this jolt. And that's why maybe early on, they're not really hell-bent on getting married. Because there's two things that happens here. With Ketu in the 7th house, either a person really finds a true connection from past life in terms of their marriage. Or number two, the person actually is not wanting to settle down with certain combinations with Ketu. Like, a person is actually coming to an astrologer just to make sure that, hey, I don't really care for marriage. I don't want to get married. I just want to see what you see. So these are the two vastly known confirmations that I've gotten. Like, either a person has truly found a connection with someone with Ketu heavy in the 7th, or a person looking for a strong connection and not just wanting to go for someone, or 3, a person is just trying to get a confirmation that maybe marriage is just not my thing, it's not my cup of tea, and I just want to make sure if that's what you see. And at the same time, Ketu is a moksha karaka, and what we quickly think of moksha as letting go of things, letting go of material things, material relationship, but the problem is we just don't know enough of spiritual knowledge, neither we know of enough of astrological knowledge, and we start hearing things from one person to the other, one level 3 person from the other level 3 person, and rarely people are at level 10. And this is where we can run into problem. because Ketu being a moksha karaka does not mean you have to let go in this life. The thing you have to realize is that Navamsa is your spiritual ashram, and Shiva cannot be completed without Parvati. Parvati cannot be completed without Shiva. So if you want enlightenment, if you want moksha, well, Ketu is going to say, listen, I'm here to give you moksha. But in order for you to find moksha, you need the right partner. You need the person who will lead you to your spiritual ashram, who will lead you to your enlightenment ashram. So let me help you. Perhaps you need to wait. Perhaps you need to go some faraway place. Perhaps you're looking at the wrong place and the wrong, people to find the right person. So this is how you need to start thinking with Ketu. I'm telling you right now, don't ever think that Ketu in the 7th house and boom, a person is doomed for marriage. I have been wrong. Straight up. I've been wrong with that. I've seen Rahu in the 7th house. So I'm like, well, the dispositor is nicely placed. Okay. And, Rahu's in the 7th house. And that is creating more of a mess than even Ketu. And here we are vilifying Ketu with our amateur minds. This is why I always say, always do observational astrology and don't just go by the rule books of the book. If you do observational astrology of 20 people, just find out their life and just look at their chart while they're talking about their life. You'll know astrology in a month. In a month, you'll know astrology. So anyway, guys, this was my analysis of Ketu in the 7th house of your D9 Navamsa. And like I said, just make sure that you see how the dispositor is placed with Ketu. Is it in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house? Is it in a good friendly sign placement? Is it in the Kama houses, Dharma houses? If it's aspecting Ketu, it's even more strong. Okay? So look for those connections. Dispositor simply means the sign lord that Ketu is placed in. Like for example, Ketu's in Capricorn, so look at Saturn. Ketu's in Sagittarius, look at Jupiter. Ketu's in Aries, look at Mars. Okay? So anyway, we'll see you next week. Hopefully in DC. Okay? See you later. Bye-bye.